So Jake Lang there in Dearborn, Michigan 2 weeks ago got attacked by a Muslim man while he was holding an ICE sign during some rally or whatever was going on up there at the time. But he got attacked and physically attacked. And then since then, there's been a lot more tension going on, and there's agitators and there's just people that are just trying to do the right thing. So today there is a Christian unity march. Wouldn't necessarily call that a protest, but it's just a unification of Christians getting together to march there. And so now there's a group of an organization of bikers that are going there, and some are calling it an anti-Muslim march, which I suppose that anything that is done there that is not Muslim focused is considered anti-Muslim. You can look at that as anything that's not centered around what something is. You can say it's anti. That seems like just a media method of causing conflict right there. But there's been accusations, different comments, different people have made that there's another third party that is trying to cause this tension. Say it's blue and white, and they want to cause, in essence, a holy war. But if you look what's been going on in Dearborn, Michigan over the past 5 to 10 years, it's definitely concerning for the whole Christian faith. And if you look what happens in other areas where Muslims have taken over, they pretty much drive out Christians, especially like in places like Nigeria. They're literally killing Christians, and it's very concerning. But it just seems like, from what I've been watching on different media outlets and different news organizations, it's like today they've been building up and there's some sort of conflict that's going to occur. I know that the sheriff, and I don't know what his, where he's coming from, what he is, if he's Muslim supportive or he's Christian. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I really don't know. Didn't really look into it that much. But I know that the mayor, the recently elected mayor, he's Muslim, and he's natural born in the United States. So depending on where his political aspirations go, he would actually be eligible for running for president. And wouldn't that be great concerning for the United States to have a Muslim president? I guess we already had one. He said he wasn't, but he definitely flubbed up a few times when he said he was so allegedly, or I guess he corrected himself when he says Muslim, and then he was Christian. So we all know about him and that whole fake election that got him into office. But thankfully that's done and over with, and hopefully we can get a better president, and after Trump's office, his term is done. But anyway, I find it very concerning about what's going on in Dearborn and the various agitators that are there. But I think as a nation, we need to do something about Muslims, because they are trying to instill Sharia law into the places where they are a majority, and even where they're not a majority is just different places. They're trying to, bring in the Sharia law, and it totally goes against the U.S. Constitution. So anything that that is in Sharia law that's already against the law here in the United States, it's like, no, you can't do that because it's already against the law. So for them to try to pass legislation or to get Sharia law actually legalized, it goes against everything that the United States was built on. So I think it's definitely a bad thing for anyone to even attempt to embrace Islam, because it's just a very evil faith. It most certainly is. It's not even a faith, it's a cult. We can just call it that. Islam is a cult. Anyway, I'd like to know your guys' thoughts.